Here she is.
Hello. Got teeth in today.
Got your teeth in today.
I've got 2 teeth in it.
Oh look. we don't normally dress up for you, but
just drive all the way to the rainbow's end. Just drive, and we'll never turn our backs again.
you've just been a glamour puss, haven't you?
Yeah.
Typical. Yeah, I still can't get a dentist. So.
Well, we haven't really tried, have we?
Well, I looked into it in Scotland. I'd
emailed
too.
Private, and then you'll pay.
I'm not going private. I'd rather stick some lolly sticks in there and paint them white. No chance. Anyway, I'll get free. Do I get free dental care in a?
No, it's not free.
Is it not?
No.
Oh.
You still have to pay, but I think it's reduced.
Reduced rate.
Yeah, eye tests and free prescriptions.
Yeah. I turned 60 in how many days is it now? It's end of March, and I no longer have to pay for my prescriptions. Although when we're in Scotland, I don't pay anyway, but I do when we're in England getting prescriptions and things. So that would save us £10 a month.
Yeah.
It was 120 quid a year, wasn't it? Eye test, yeah. Well, we keep.
Pay the extra if you want the £10, you know, the advanced eye test.
We keep getting Specsavers letters, don't we? So I suppose it is difficult. Which brings me on to the subject of this week's video, which is, as you can see by the title, is living in a van one long weekend or one long Monday morning. Well, it is Monday morning. And everyday life is pretty good in a van, to be truthful, but there are some downsides. I was hoping he'd turn around, but it didn't work. No, having a dog is definitely a bit of both, really, because there's always a lot of cleaning to be done because of the dog. And one of the things that we use, this is not sponsored or anything like that, one of the things that we find pretty invaluable, watch out, you're not going out, no. One of the things we find pretty invaluable, and it's on the step at the moment, hang on a sec, is our little steamer.
Oh yeah.
It was only a cheapo one, bought out of B&M's.
Get out of the way if I was you.
Yeah, I'm coming out. Yeah, Lorna does get a bit trigger happy, but with all the, I'm getting out of the way, with all the different nozzles, that is, it's really handy in the van, you know, toilet, all the usual things that you all use steamers at home for. But I wanted to bring you this video just as a way of just showing you some of the things that we do just to stay on top of it, because it can get like you haven't seen, because obviously we've done it just earlier on. We've had all these bits out and steaming it all because of the dog's hairs and all the rest of it. So in some ways it's a bit of both. It's a bit of a weekend thing and sometimes quite a lot of Monday morning.
The winter can be a chore sometimes.
The winter is probably the hardest bit. Did you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Steve, I think it's probably the same, but I definitely get a bit of seasonal affective disorder without a doubt. And come like now, I've just about had enough of, you know, dullness and greyness.
Yeah.
But also, if the weather's okay and bright and that, it's not too bad. But if it's raining all the time, you can start to go a wee bit stir crazy. And I think for those that don't have any kind of hobbies, I think they would find it extremely difficult.
Yeah, I find it a little bit difficult just sitting in the van, which makes me end up putting the telly on, to be honest with you, because I get, you can't be making videos all the time. Like today, for example, we had planned to go to the donkey sanctuary, but if you look at it, it's just, and we've had days and days and days of this. You know, it's not raining, fortunately, but it has been for the last couple of days. So, although that wouldn't stop you going out, you know, and shouldn't stop you really, it kind of does us, because we get this mentality of like, well, if I go out, I want to film it, and if I can't film it, then I kind of get a little bit, I'm not happy. You know what I mean? Which is ridiculous. You know, that's letting YouTube rule your life in some ways, so I shouldn't do that. But not only that, I was particularly lazy and got up too late today anyway. Because I was editing all night. So
Where's that extension lead, the green one?
it's in the garage this side.
This side.
Yeah. But I'd rather take the spare wheel cover off, babe, and do it.
I just want to have a look at it.
Because I'm not sure that won't take paint off. Oh, okay. Fingers crossed then. So that's one of the downsides about living in a van, I suppose, is the constant cleaning. But the upside, well, you know, you get to move on to new places all the time. And we do find, like, we extended this stay, and we had no idea what the weather was going to really be like, because you can't trust these apps or anything. So we had no idea what it was going to really be like this time around, like here. So we extended our stay purely based on the actual place. This place is absolutely lovely, and it's totally quiet, and you know, you could walk for miles from here, which, you know, we have been doing and stuff like that. But there's nothing really that close by that you can just hop in a car and go, oh, I've got an hour, we'll nip down there, you know what I'm saying? So there's that side to it that's a little bit, I think what I'm trying to say is it can get a little bit boring at times, but then you'd be bored in your house, wouldn't you? I know I used to get bored in the house if I wasn't in the workshop, or I wasn't off, you know, doing stuff. We spent a lot of time in the garden and things like that, didn't we? Yeah. So Lorna's still outside. So yeah, just be prepared, because I know there's a lot of you guys out there that are thinking, like, of possibly doing this in the future. And we know some of you, Sheila and Stuart, who are imminently about to go into doing this, and some of you that are already doing this. So I'm sure you guys will agree that, you know, stir crazy is definitely a thing. I think for us, size of van was definitely important, because I think the smaller the van, the more stir crazy you possibly could go. I don't know. I remember my camper van. Did I get a little bit bored in there? I suppose that was different, because I was just at weekends, and usually going to towards the end I would take my camper van to bike rallies, because I got sick of putting up tents. Yeah, I suppose that's different really. But on the plus side, you know, there is always something to do in the van. Is that a one long weekend or one long Monday morning? You know. Do what? Hang on a minute. I've got to get some shoes on then. See, this drives me a little bit crazy on a weekend. Not a weekend. On a winter's day, it's Crocs and things to stop you. Don't you come running out. Dog.
He's on his lead.
Oh, he's on his lead, right, let's have a look then.
You see all that shit in there. because that's
What are we looking at?
in here.
Right. Hey, and I washed this. Let me just take a picture of that. That was inside that little bit. Because I washed this the other day, didn't I?
Yeah.
Not very well, but
I mean, it'll work with the jet wash as well, I expect.
yeah. I was lucky the lady said I could spray it over, so. Oh, it is really today. You hear all that? Oh, we can hear it's a steamer, can't you? So yeah, there is always jobs to do in the van. Always jobs to do. But some of the things that make life easier are, as an example, you know, I would suggest that everyone gets some kind of little steamer. Definitely a spare cassette. That is a must, really. For us, we would be in proper trouble without that. Otherwise, you just got to find somewhere to empty if you're wild camping, or if you're not wild camping, you're just constantly going to the Elston, which is what I must do. We tend to change ours. Ooh. Let's get back in some light, shall we? We tend to change ours and then leave the full one outside for one more day, just to let the dishwasher tablets do their stuff, and then we go and empty it. We use a mix of dishwasher tablets and a tiny little bit of clothes washing liquid, tiny little bit, and we find that works perfectly for us, so a lot cheaper. But we do carry a bottle of green with us for when we go to sites that say you've got to use green, so we, you know, it's about 50-50 as everything is in here. There's a lot of things you can have in a van that will help you make life easier. Now, most of us, I know, don't drink out of the tap, do we? Don't drink water out of the tap because we don't like it, and you know, we don't trust the tanks. You know, cleaning them is an absolute nightmare. But one of the things we did get off of Temu, I say again, none of this is sponsored by anyone, is this thing. Now I've got to go and fill this up in a minute. Is this thing here with the old tap on it, and this is brilliant. It takes, from there it will probably take 3 5-litre bottles, so I'm not quite sure if it's dead accurate. It's supposed to be 15 litres, but I don't know if that's absolutely spot on. But it was ever so cheap. You can pay quite a bit on Amazon for these, for what they are. I thought it was 16, 17 quid. We paid, I don't know, I can't remember what it was, £3, £4, £5 on Temu. But it's really handy. We keep that up there for filling up the kettle, and for, you know, like when we want to making our squash drink up, we drink a lot of squash. So that's a really good thing, and I would definitely recommend that for making van life a little bit easier. But there's lots of things, you know. We got lucky with this, actually. We were looking for a kettle like this that worked off induction. We were paying quite a lot of money at times for different kettles, and they all leaked and different things like that. Sorry, I have to keep coming sitting here because of the light. And they leaked and whatever. We went in, I think that was Home Bargains, I think that one. It's either that or B&M's. Walking around and then saw that that works on induction for 8 quid. Now the problem with them kettles is normally those handles get red hot. Every one we've had, yeah, or thrown away has been a nightmare. We've had string wrapped around them, we've had all sorts. Not this one. An 8 quid kettle. That handle never gets hot, does it, babe?
What handle?
On the kettle.
No, it's a good kettle.
It is a really good kettle, and the whistle on it is, sorry, I'm keeping out of the way of the steamer. The whistle on it is proper screechy. It drives you mad. The dog runs and hides. Talking about the dog, where's he gone? Oh, he's under the the steamer's driving him mad. So yeah, there are a couple of things, but you know, it doesn't have to be. I guess what I'm trying to say is, van life doesn't have to be all about your expensive things. You know, we don't buy expensive things, although it looks like we might have to be in a market for a new air fryer, if I'm truthful, because that one has really started playing up. It because it's leaking and the digital display keeps flashing and going all crazy on us. So we've had it a couple of years now, haven't we?
Yeah.
2 years?
Must be, yeah. It wasn't that long after we got the van and got the air fryer.
We were watching a video yesterday of a guy who's selling a similar sort of van to this, a Cheyenne, or Cheyenne, and they've taken their cooker out, which is something that we want to do, and he's had a new worktop put on and a cupboard put in its place, and I've got to say, it looked really nice, didn't it? Really, really nice. Because, hey?
I'm going down the plug hole.
You're going down the plug hole? Yeah, that's another thing.
And you can sterilise your toilet cassettes as well.
Yeah, we sterilise the toilet cassettes with them when they're cleaned out. We do that sort of, what, every 3 or 4 one?
That's the idea.
About every 3 or 4 empty we do that. And then of course when I'm off camera, Lorna will thoroughly steam me. No doubt. I can't remember what it was I was going to say to you guys. But yeah, the reason why we do that down that sink, one of the biggest problems we have or had with this van since new has been the draining away of water. It goes down to such a stupid little pipe that we can get backfill, if you know what I mean. So it comes, pour it in there and it'll come up in the shower. I mean, you know when someone's emptying, because if you're in the toilet, all you hear is it gurgling up the thing. Now we regularly put toilet sink unblocker down there, but that is one of the things with, I don't know if it's with all motorhomes. Lorna said she don't remember it happening in her motorhome before, but it definitely happens in this one. It's quite a long run because it's a long van, you know. Funny thing is, if you put the water down the shower, it doesn't come up out the sink, you know? But it will run away. But by keeping on top of it with these blockers, unblockers, it does seem to do it. But yeah, we have to kind of angle down slightly and over like that, so that because the tank empties out that side, and we find that usually does the trick. So little things to bear in mind, you know. That's what this video is all about. Little tips and tricks, and you know, things that can help you. Because we haven't really covered any of the good parts of van life yet, really, and there's a lot. There's way more good things about it than there is negatives. More weekends than Monday mornings, for definite. You know, the ability to go where you want to go, anywhere in the country, and for us, with family dotted around as much as we've got, yeah, it is fantastic, because it means that we don't lose touch. I mean, obviously you've got phones and all the rest of it, but we can physically go and see them, you know, and we see more of them since we've been doing this than we did before in the last few years and stuff, don't we, babe?
What's that, sorry?
See more of the family physically,
Oh, pretty much.
you know, and the ability, one of the things that we do like as well is, in an emergency, we're never more than 12 hours away, by being in this country, obviously, You know, we can hop in the van and we can be there if something is needed, or whatever. So that's the way we kind of look on it, isn't it?
Yeah.
That we're 12 hours away, and once Lorna starts, there ain't no stopping her. You watch it, it'll be going over my face any minute now. No, she wouldn't do that. Yeah, I mean, the other good thing, of course, is if you go somewhere and you don't like your neighbours, if you get any neighbours, which is why we like van life in the winter, because we very rarely get neighbours. But if you get neighbours that you don't like, you just move on.
Just go.
You know, it's really simple, isn't it? But you know all these things because most of you got motorhomes and vans and all the rest of it. So this video wasn't about that sort of side of things. It was a few home truths. I would say, you know, the pros way outdo the cons, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I've got it.
What would you say was your biggest con of van life for you? Your biggest thing? Thanks, apart from me.
Well, I usually spend from about 5 o'clock when I wake up till about 11 o'clock when you wake up on my own. But no, I'm joking because it's quite good because I do my own thing. I've got lots of things that I do in that space. I like my own space sometimes anyway. So,
Well,
but
actually,
apart from that, and that was a joke. I can't really. They're just niggles that you'd have at home. You know, like I said about the weather and you're stuck indoors, and because we're very much outdoor people. But I really can't, to be honest.
not major ones.
No, not major.
The constant
ones.
cleaning from the
You
dog
do.
and the walking in the
You
winter.
have to clean this van more like I would do in this van. Pretty much every day or every couple of days that I would probably do in the house once a month.
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
I mean, like now, I've got the steamer out, so I'm going everywhere. But because we've got the dog, we've got a good hoover, but you know it does need sweeping through. Dust seems to accumulate. There's so many nooks and crannies, and I'm not a clean
that's
freak.
one of the biggest things I noticed as well, though, is because although it's smaller, it's harder to clean because in a house everything's square or rectangle, and the hoover gets pretty much everywhere. In here, you don't get in half the places you want it to get.
Up behind the curtains and you know these sort of corners up here. And if you look, and then you get they're dusty or no mould or anything like that.
No, we're doing all right in that way.
But yeah, and I say I'm not a neat freak, a clean freak, but
Yeah,
I do like it.
and we've been told we got to get them down more.
Yes, yeah. Well, I'm forever. I do get them down, but basically it's
Just to dust them.
So I don't know. We really would not get rid of those, but at the same time, we're not really playing them. It's crazy. We thought we really would, but
We thought we'd be on them all the time, didn't we? But you know, we had no idea that van life for us was going to be this way. You know, we never thought that YouTube was going to take over as my main hobby. It was always playing a guitar and stuff, wasn't it? You know. So we kind of thought. I thought I'd be doing wood carving. My thing was we were going to pull up a campsite. And I was going to sit outside with my straw hat on, get my carving knives out, and be carving all these walking sticks. I've hardly done any. Little tiny bits here and there, and then now I've left them in Scotland. The actual sticks that I'd started. As I just, things change, I suppose. Hobbies, well, not hobbies change. I shall always carry on with the carving because I love doing it. But it's one of those things you have to be in the right mood for, same as playing a guitar. If you're not in the mood for killing your fingers, because it will kill our fingers for quite some time again now, because we haven't been playing them for a long time. Do things like that, but they're all just trivial things, In general, I guess what we're trying to say is van life is very, very good, and there isn't much I would change apart from maybe in the future. I'll say it quietly because otherwise you'll hear Lorna go no. But I'll say it quietly. We might go abroad in the winter months at some point. We might do. We've been watching Steve and Wendy from the Happy Travellers, and apart from that, obviously they are always happy. You know, they're out in Portugal, and yeah, that kind of appeals to me a little bit. I've never been to Portugal, so yeah, we'll see about that one. A lot of you have said that we should do that, and we'll see. We'll see how finances go, see how everything else goes. Do what, darling? Oh, you talking to the dog? Oh, I forgot he's underneath there. But yeah, I mean, so from me, it's definitely more like one long weekend. I would say that I don't like to speak for Lorna. Is it one long weekend or one long Monday morning?
Yeah, one long weekend.
One long weekend, but with a few long Monday mornings. Between December and March. That's about it, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
December to March is a few more Monday mornings. Other than that, definitely long weekends all the way. But we're going to make a few little videos with some things that we've done in the van. We've had questions and stuff in on the Facebook page and things like that. So there won't be tips videos. There'll be things that we've got. I know I've showed you like a couple of things on this one. But there'll be things that that we've got that have helped us and stuff like that. And if it helps any of you guys, then we've done our job. So from us, I better come over.
Yeah.
Sorry it was a short one, and sorry let's stand down here, because come down here. Get over here, girl. I'm not doing any edits in this, so this is just exactly how this is. No edits.
Careful, I'm armed.
Oh my god! Look, we're still not in that. You see how hard it is to get light in this camper van, motorhome, whatever you want to call it.
No, that is
House
another...
on wheels. Anyway, I say no edits. Yeah. From us, we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Carry on enjoying your one long weekend.
Exactly. See ya.
Bye for now.
Can still take flight, although you're earthbound.